So this comment was dropped to counter Dr. Ebed Amina's teaching that the life of a man is not in the blood. And this commenter dropped this Bible verse, Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11, to counter him. Okay? But at the end of the day, he actually just did the same thing that Dr. Ebed Amina was warning in his video.
Somebody says, how can you say that Jesus did not carry blood? I was sharing. And I kept telling him he offered himself. And the person couldn't go beyond the bridge of offering his blood. He kept saying, how can you say that Jesus did not offer his blood? I kept saying he offered himself. He couldn't connect because he was listening to me with a preconceived notion that was wrong. He had a mindset. So even though I'm pointing him to the answer, he's not hearing me. He's only hearing himself. What a bad way to listen. Bad way to listen. Question. Is the life of a man in his blood? No. No.
Dr. Ebed Amina said in his video that most people do not listen well. Do you know this comment or this Bible verse does not counter Dr. Ebed Amina? It is your understanding of it. First of all, this verse says, for the life of the flesh is in the blood. It is not the same thing as saying, for the life of a man is in the blood. Take note of the word flesh and man. You are conflating man with flesh. Man has flesh, but man is not fundamentally flesh. Now, that is the first mistake you're making. Okay? You are saying, in essence, that flesh automatically means a man. You and I already know that a man is bigger than this body. When a man dies, he puts off this flesh. So the life of this flesh is actually in the blood, but the life of a man is not in the blood. Because after the flesh is put up, after the flesh dies, the man continues to live. Who is with me? Do you get what I'm trying to say? The man continues to live even when the flesh dies. Now, let us even talk about the context of this particular verse. If you can read this particular verse, please go to your Bible, read from the beginning to this place. You will notice that it was talking about animal sacrifice, not a human sacrifice. Animals do not have spirit or soul. So, all they have is flesh. Animals fundamentally does not have spirit. Okay? So, their life is in the blood. Once you spill every drop of blood in an animal, it ceases to exist. But that is not the same for a man. Listen, Dr. Ebed Amina's teachings is not supposed to be digested with a shallow thinking. You have to really be critical in your thinking ability to understand it. Sorry, I'm not trying to call you are not a shallow thinker, but don't rush to think that you want to counter him, because he knows what he's saying 90% of the time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We are all learning from him. But there is something about truth. One thing about truth is that you don't really tell people the truth. You reinforce or remind, people about the truth. Because this thing about the truth, it bears witness for itself. The truth bears witness for itself. When somebody is telling you the truth, there is this witness inside you that say, oh, this is the truth. I've never realized it. So the person saying it is just making you be conscious of it. You understand? I've always been, like you and I have always been conscious of the fact that a man is tripartite. Okay? Man has soul, spirit, and body. Okay? But then, somehow we read that verse of the Bible that says, this verse now that says, the life of a flesh is in the blood, and we read into it that the life of a man is in the blood. We have to be careful of the wordings, the tenses, the verbs that are used in the Bible. It is very important. And this is the costly mistake most of us has made. It is so costly that just one misunderstanding can alter your reality, the reality of a particular concept to you. It can alter it. So please, next time, before you counter him, think, sit down, sit with it, and think. Ask yourself, what exactly is he trying to say? Listen to the end, because if you listen to the end, you will notice he said in that place, he said, Jesus offered himself. And even when you cut somebody and blood spills, the person, his life does not go away. Do you understand? So that you understand the perspective from where he's coming from. He's just trying to say that Jesus's life is not in literal blood. Okay? Jesus's life can never be in literal human physical. Remember, he came in and wore flesh. His person was what he gave, not that blood. Do you understand? I hope you get it. In conclusion, what this actually means, I like to break down Dr. Ebed Damina's messages. He's so sweet. He's always interested to break it down. What this actually means is that there are two types of death and there are two types of life. There is spiritual death and there is physical death. There is spiritual life and there is spiritual death. There is physical life and there is physical death. So what Dr. Ebed Damina is talking about is spiritual life, and that is actually the real you. Okay, so it is the spiritual life of Jesus, the spirit of Jesus that he gave, not his flesh. His flesh is just like any other flesh. He wore flesh like another human. The thing that made the difference is the person wearing that flesh. Glory. Please help me share this. Help me share this. And if you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button. God bless you.